Alright, so I have used the fuck out of these two knives, okay? And I thought it was time to share my experience with them, because they're two similar knives that people buy, you know, when they're into survival and all that. These are two popular knives, and I've used them both extensively, and I just wanted to compare data points and share with you guys what my experiences are. Again, there's no script for this. I don't have any talking points or any fag shit like that. I'm just gonna, just gonna tell you what my experiences are. So if you expect anything out of this review, get fucked and get the fuck out of here. Okay. So, gosh, where to begin with these guys? I guess we'll start with price. The Becker BK2 Campanion. This guy was cost me 65, $60 to $70, somewhere in that range. You can get this guy for, and this guy, the Condor Rodan, I actually got for like $30, man. I think they're up to 35 now, so you can probably be able to get it for between 30 and $40. Okay. They're both really great knives. Like, I have had a tough time deciding. I'll tell you which one I settled on at the end of the segment here, but they're both really great knives, and you're not going to go wrong buying either one. Okay. That being said, let's just start comparing them. The sheath on the Becker BK2, it's just a snap-in sheath, and a lot of people worried that it's just gonna like fall out, you know. But I carry it like this right here, with these two strings going up around my body, and it hangs down like this. And I've slipped and fallen and jumped and juked and jived, and it hasn't fallen out yet, right? So this is secure. Whereas the Condor Rodan, sad to say, now, granted, I'm not wearing the Condor Rodan the way I'm supposed to wear it. You're supposed to wear it like a belt, right? That's why it's got a little belt loop. The sheath comes with a little belt loop right here. But I wear it the same way, you know, slung around my torso. And I have dropped this multiple times. The sheath fits in there just fine if you're going to wear it vertically, you know. But if you're not going to wear it vertically, forget about it. I was thinking about putting some kind of retainer system in around here. That would work, you know. I already modified the sheath to be able to wear it. You can see the two holes right here and the sheath that it comes with. Those don't come with it. I had to poke holes in and then run the paracord through. The only way you can mount this sheath is on a belt loop, unless you make the alterations through here. The sheath is worth more than $30. I mean, this is a nice leather sheath on this thing. I don't know what the sheath on the BK2 is made out of. Some kind of I don't know. I really don't. It's plastic. I was worried about it breaking and shit, but it's held up real well. And I've beaten the fuck out of these knives, y'all. It's not even funny, dude. I've beaten the fuck out of these knives. The mounting options, as you can see on the BK2 sheath, are a lot better. You know, you can run paracord all through this thing and attach it to a million things. The BK2 sheath actually comes with a belt mount, and what it is like a little plastic module that mounts onto these four right here, and then it has a little nylon thing that has a belt loop up here. The problem with that is when you're wearing it on your hip, it just bangs. The top part is heavier than the bottom part, so the top part is just banging into you and wobbling around the whole time. I would really like to see an improved sheath for the Becker BK2. It's not that great. However, I mean, this part of the sheath is very good, but the screw-on part that comes with it is fucking horrible. So if you're going to carry it on your belt, the BK2, I don't know how you do it. You would have to run through, you know, paracord through these two parts around your waist, I guess. As you can see, the center of gravity is towards the handle, so good luck if you want to mount it like that. Let's see if I can get the camera up a little bit here, get a little more room. Uh-oh. So, those are the cheese. I don't really have anything else to say about the cheese, I guess. They're, I don't know. They're both decent cheese. Condor's got a nice little stamp on it. The Condor sheath, I like the leather one better than this plastic one, but that's just personal preference. So, anyway, let's move on to the fucking knives. The, whoa, buddy. Whatever. So, as you can see, where to begin with these two. The Condor Rodan is not a full tang knife. It says it's full tang, but the tang ends at right about here. Okay? Which is not fucking bad. I mean, it's like pretty much full tang. And this thing, I tell you, I beat the fuck out. It's not, there's this part where the blade goes into whatever material this is, some kind of plastic material. It's showing no signs of wiggling, slipping, or wearing. And I'm telling you, I beat it. I've batoned into wood this way, you know, beating on the top. I mean, just trust me. When I say I abuse the fuck out of these knives, anything you could think about doing to these knives, I have done, except for set them on fire. So, this handle, even though it's not full tang, has taken the abuse quite well. This handle is, well, the BK2 handle is, I like it better. It's got a better grip for me. I like these little contours. It fits my hand really well. These, as you can see, the bolts, these have been left out in the rain and wet and gone through rivers a million times, and these little bolts are beginning to rust. Some of them pretty bad on the other side. I think they would still work, but when are you ever going to need to take these off anyway? I don't fucking know. The BK2 is a full tang knife. As you can see, the tang runs the entire length down here, and it goes down into this sweet little part up here, this flat part. That flat part has actually been pretty beneficial. There's been a lot of times where I've been beating on this end of the knife that I needed something flat to do with, versus the Condor Rodan's kind of round and bulbous, and you can do it, but you get more chance of slippage, which kind of sucks when you're holding a knife like this and you're beating on it, you know. It's not the desired effect. So they're both full tang. I like the handle better on when they're not both full tang. The BK2 is full tang. I like the handle better on the BK2. This actually makes a pretty big difference. Let me show you this. When I stack them up, blade edge to blade edge, okay, you can see that the BK2 is a little bit longer. And that little tippy right there really makes a big difference. It turns out that little extra length makes a really big difference for me, anyway, batoning wood when I'm going through wood. Now, there's a Scandi grind that comes on the Condor Rodan down here, and there's a convex grind up here. The convex grind is great for hatcheting, you know, just hatcheting shit and batoning wood. It's not to say the Scandi grind doesn't work for that. It's just the convex grind is a lot better. The Scandi grind's good for what does it excel at? It excels at making feather sticks, and we make a lot of feather sticks with this thing. I guess that's really all. Oh, and sharpening. It's a lot easier to sharpen. I sharpen both of these with rocks. So this is, the Scandi grind's a lot easier to sharpen. I don't know why. It just is. That being said, the Becker BK2 definitely holds its edge better when I do shit like stab it into the rocky dirt and use it as a shovel to dig up rocks, you know, cut through roots and shit. This thing has held its edge phenomenally. This thing does not hold its edge. The Condor Rodan does not hold its edge when you do that. However, like I said, this one's easier to sharpen. This one's a bit harder to sharpen, but you don't have to sharpen it as often. So, you know, I guess that's all personal preference. The weight difference between both of these with the sheaths, as they are configured now, is 3 ounces. Alright? So, get out there, asshole. So, this one is a little bit heavier. The BK2 is a little bit heavier, and it's because it's thicker. You can see the spines here. It's definitely thicker. I don't think that makes it more robust. They're both pretty goddamn robust knives. I feel the tougher of the two knives is definitely the BK2, but that's just because it's full tang. The tang isn't just like crammed into the handle like it is on the Condor. Although again, there's no evidence of wiggling or loosing or anything, and I fucking beat it into the ground. What else about these guys? The weight difference I find is better for hatcheting with this. Both of them have little holes on the end, which is good. You put a little lanyard in there and get your hand through and give it a little twist, and you can really start hatcheting into shit. The BK2, because it's heavier and because it has a convex grind, is better at that task. So I don't know what else is there. They both stand up really well, you know, prying. I have pried a lot with this, and I thought maybe it was going to bend, but the Rodan hasn't bent yet. You can just, you know, pry up all kinds of shit with it, and it hasn't bent at all. I thought maybe a little wiggle or something, but it's really is a robust fucking knife. The BK2 is a fucking rhinoceros, and it's definitely the one I feel is more durable. If the BK2 was a rhinoceros, I think the Condor Rodan would be a turtle, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. What I use them for. Oh yeah, the weight on the BK2 also makes it's amazing the difference the extra 3 ounces makes in the multi-usability of the tool. The weight on the BK2 makes it really a lot better to use as a hammer, which I use it as a lot. Sorry, something over in the woods over there. Anyway, the Condor Rodan can be used as a hammer, like when we're banging pegs into the ground and shit like that. But it's just not that extra 3 ounces really helps. It really does. So this is the better multi-use tool, which I think really is what a survival knife should be. So they're both great and they're both robust. But if you can afford the extra 3 ounces, I would definitely, and the money, I would definitely get the BK2. If you're on a budget, if you buy the Condor Rodan, you will not be disappointed if you're looking for a bomb-proof knife at all. But I really do think, as a survival knife, yeah, I'm hesitant to say that one is better than the other, because it really depends on the application. But for a survival knife, you know, I'm going to go with the BK2, and I have gone with the BK2. I used to carry this. I dropped it for the Rodan. Now I'm putting the BK2 back in my pack. It's got better mounting options. It's better for hatcheting because of the weight. It's better for hammering because of the weight. You could argue it's better for digging because of the thickness of the spine, although this spine's thickness has not given me any problem, and we don't have nice soil up here, guys. It's fucking rocky soil here in the Ozarks. So the resharpening, I prefer, you know, just resharpening every now and then. the fine cutting tasks, I find they're both the same. The BK2 doesn't have like a little notch up here, you know, like the Rodan does right here. But you can still choke up on the blade really easy without cutting yourself. It's definitely easier to choke up on the blade on the Condor, just because it's got a little notch there. But they both, you know, everything I use these knives for, they both work just fine. But I'm definitely, this is the winner, the Becker K-Bar Deuce, the Campanion. Just take a minute here to think about anything else I wanted to say about the knives. I guess you know what, I'll just turn the camera off. I'll sit here for a second. If I think of anything, I'll turn it back on. Yeah, I pretty much said it all. So I'll just summate again. If you're looking for an economy survival knife, if you're on a budget and you want a bomb-proof knife, the Condor Rodan is great. If you have the money to spend, though, I really believe that for survival purposes, the Becker K-Bar outperforms the Condor. But not by much, you know. Not by much. So it's up to you. You know, you want to spend an extra $30 and get a little bit better performance? Cool, go for it. You want to spend 30 less bucks and, you know, have just the same performance, or slightly less, I mean, then sure, fine. It's all dependent upon your needs. I like the BK2 better. Like I've said a million times, I'm just repeating myself over and over now. But the fact of the matter is, you're not going to go wrong with either one of these knives. So there it is. And there's the comparison. And I definitely just sat here for like 5 minutes thinking of anything else I wanted to say. I can't think of anything, but the BK2 is the winner, hands down. Although, second place, honorable mention, definitely goes to the Condor Rodan, hands down.